Conflict to profit. Business secrets to stop arguing and start leading. Every business has conflict. Most people see conflict as a problem. Conflict is actually not a problem. It's a way to surface and expose problems. Having a business that doesn't know how to surface, expose, and effectively use conflict to improve is a problem. So imagine at one end of the continuum is the me focus for the business owner. At the other end of the continuum is the us. There's a continuum on which every business owner sits. It's either at one end, it's a me focused approach to the business. At the other end, it's an us focused approach to the business. It's called the cooperation continuum. Either it's my way or the highway, or it's all of us are in the same boat. Another continuum is how we tend to approach problems and conflict, and that is at one end it's avoid, at the other end it's dominate. So at one end we want to dominate the situation, we want to be overpowering, we really want to ram it through. At the other end, we're going to avoid it, let it dust under the rug and let it go away. This is called the assertiveness continuum. So when these two continuums cross, it creates a grid or a matrix. And when you look at the upper left-hand corner of this matrix, which is me-focused and dominating approach, you have confrontation. Confrontation is pervasive in the business. People are butting heads. They're always arguing. Everybody's got their own point of view, and everybody wants their own way of doing things. If the owner is in this place, it really causes issues between them and the workforce, their team. In the bottom left of this quadrant, the me and avoid quadrant, that's where the owner is, it's kind of all, I want to do it my way, but you know what? I don't want to deal with any issues. So then we get this coexistence. It's like, hey, if you just go do your work, I'll leave you alone. Hey, if you'll just leave us alone, we'll go do our work. So it's coexistence, not a beautiful place to be. In the bottom right part of this matrix, where the approach is avoidance and the owner's orientation is cooperation and us, it's compromise. So in this quadrant, you know, the business owner has a way he wants to do things. He gets people involved, asks questions, and hey, I want it done this way. What do you think about that? And then they compromise and come to a meeting of the minds. So it's not exactly what the owner wants. It's not exactly what the team wants, but they come together and they get things done. Things move forward. In the upper right, where it is dominate, let's get this thing done, but also the orientation is towards us and cooperation. Now we get collaboration. So this is where the business owner wants to get the team involved. They want to build co-ownership over the results. They want to get people to feel good about what they do, but also get productive about what they do and be effective at what they do. And the people have found a way to get excited and motivated and get behind the mission of the owner and work with them and with each other to make things happen. So really, we're co-laboring together. So on the left side of this matrix, where confrontation and coexistence is on the me side, it's a very rigid, very push kind of an orientation. So if you think about a rope, you're trying to get the rope to move. If you're trying to push that rope, it becomes very difficult to push that rope. So it's a very difficult situation, but also the way we approach each other as owner and team, it's very rigid. If you look at the right side of this continuum or this matrix, where the owner has an us focus, it's more nimble and it's much more pull. So if you're trying to get the rope to move and you want to pull the rope, it's much easier than pushing the rope. And also, instead of being rigid, it's flexible and nimble because we're compromising, we're coming to new understandings. But in the highest level of this, we're co-laboring because we actually are working together. We believe that our fates are combined and our benefits are combined and our rewards are combined. So we work together. So it's very nimble and it's a very pull kind of a situation instead of a push situation. If you look at the top where it's dominating, where the owner has a me focus, there's confrontation, but you know what? It's my way or the highway. People are operating in fear, so they get it done. Might not get it done right or get it done well, but they get it done, so it's fast. On the other end, on the top, where it's the us focus for the owner, now there's this collaboration. It's also faster because people, the communication is much better, the problem solving is much faster, the sharing of ideas and the understanding of how things work is much better. So in that collaboration, it's a much faster situation, and the people are getting along and getting it done. On the bottom part of this matrix, it's coexistence and compromise. It's much slower. Coexistence is going to be sabotage. There's going to be slowing things down, dragging of feet, and that really slows any progress or innovation down. On the other side, where it's the us-oriented owner, there's compromise. So we have to get together and understand each other and kind of work things out and figure things out as they go. And people are not necessarily motivated to work together really hard, but they're motivated to get together and get it done. So it's much slower because you have to kind of figure it out. But if you go to the top of that collaboration, now people are really motivated to make it happen. They've already got it figured out. They're taking initiative and doing things that they should be doing. So on the left side of this, where it's rigid and push, it is the side of stagnation. You're not going to grow fast if you grow at all. You'll probably be going backwards over time because people just aren't happy to be there. Things aren't getting done, a lot of mistakes being made, and customers aren't happy, you're not happy, and the team isn't happy. If you look at the other side of the matrix, where it's nimble and it's a pull situation, it's much more innovation than stagnation. So now we're innovating. People have more ideas, they have more access to ideas, they have more motivation to get ideas, and they have more motivation to implement ideas quickly to get them done because it's out of satisfaction, but the reward is there, whether it's monetary or intrinsic, like they feel good about themselves. So on the left side is stagnation, on the right side is innovation. So if you look at this on a scale from rigid and push, where you're stuck in your business, to nimble and pull, and you have freedom in and from your business, the worst place to be is on the left, rigid, push, stuck in your business. So you have this confrontation, and confrontation leads to rebellion. There's always these minor rebellions, whether it's passive aggressively trying to slow things down, or outright getting in your face yelling. Moving forward a little bit better, if you want to say better, is coexistence. Coexistence, there's resistance because we're just coexisting. We're in the same place, but we're really not on the same page. We don't have the same goals in mind. We don't have the same objectives. We're on the same mission. So we're just coexisting in the same place between owner and team. And there's a lot of resistance to anything to getting done in a timely and effective way. Better than that is the compromise, where we're coming together and say, hey, you know what? We're all in this together. Let's move this forward. And now you'll get some resolution, some resolve. From the team, they're resolved to move this forward, but also we're resolving problems, resolving issues, resolving bottlenecks to get things moving forward so the business does better and the customer has a better experience and product. The best place to be is in this collaborative place, collaboration. Because collaboration, now you're in a relationship. And in relationships, it takes a little more work up front, but once you get the relationships established and you can get some skills in place so we can keep that relationship building, now you've got a better relationship and more collaboration and moving things forward. And also for everyone, there's a lot of relief. For the team, there's relief because they feel good about what they're doing. They feel good about coming in. They know what they're doing. They know why they're doing it. They know how they're doing it. And then for you as the owner, you know all those things, but also your team is doing what they're supposed to do. They know what they're supposed to do. They're taking a lot of work off your plate. So now you are free in your business to work on the things that are going to really scale and grow it. And you're free from your business so you can actually leave for more hours, get 10 hours of your life back per week, 20 hours, take long extended vacations. In our case, we have a business that runs without us, and we go up there couple times a year, and it's 700 miles away. But we have all these things in place because there's collaboration. We have a model that we've developed to work with our clients, and it's based on 9 different aspects. In the heart of this model, it's about a mindset. So there's all this danger and impact. What's happening in my business? What's happening to my business? What's going to happen with my business in the future and me? So the mindset for most business owners, especially today in this new reality, is there's fear and there's confusion. This is a new world. What's going to happen next? We're going to be open. We're going to be closed. People's expectations are changing as employees and as customers and governmental expectations. So there's a lot of fear and confusion, and there's a lot of consumption of bad news. Facebook, a lot of negativity. So there's a lot of stuff out there to get in the mindset to make it a negative state for the business owner. What we want to do, what we want to help people with, and where you want to get your mind at is in a more positive state, where there's instead of fear and confusion, there's certainty. And where you're hearing all this bad news about the future, you have confidence about what you're doing because you are the creator of what you're doing. You're creator of your life and your business. On the outside of this mindset, we have these fears that most business owners that we talk to have. And there's a fear of how do I run my business in this new reality? So there's a lot of question marks, a lot of things that we don't know, a lot of things we're learning on a daily basis, monthly basis, weekly basis. We're creating new systems on the fly. We've had a lot of success with some of our business owners that in 3 days pretty much fundamentally changed their business when they had to, when they were told they had to shut their doors, and they were able to turn it around and actually increase their bottom line. Another fear is the income is down or it will go down. Well, if your doors were shut and you couldn't do any business, it definitely did go down. If people weren't coming out, weren't allowed to leave for a long period of time, they were probably buying less. So that fear is founded fear, but that's a fear that a lot of business owners have. Another fear is, I've worked long hours before, and now in this new reality with things are changing, I'll have to work even more hours now. So these are 3 reasonable fears that people have as business owners, and that's what we help with. So if the fear is, how do I run my business in this new reality? The business owner wants to know exactly what we'll do and how we'll do it, how we're going to get this done. If I know exactly how we're going to do this, that reduces a lot of fear, a lot of confusion, a lot of anxiety. The other fear about income is down or it will go down. What the business owner probably wants is income that grows each and every quarter predictably. That is what you want in your business. You want to have quarter over quarter growth. You want to have year over year growth. And you want it to be predictable. I know next year it'll be X percent more than it was last year because in the last 3 quarters it's gone up in this direction and we know what we're doing. The fear about working long hours, and they'll have to work even more in this new reality. What you really want is you want to have a business where you can say, I can leave my business whenever I choose with certainty it will grow and continue to grow. So that's what most business owners that I know want. They want to be able to work in their business on the things they enjoy. They want to start enjoying their businesses again. And they want to be able to leave their business to have more time with their family, more time for their hobbies, more time for their health, and know that the business is going to continue to grow. So that's what you want as a business owner. And we have 9 different ways that we work with people to make these things happen in your business, to get these wants realized and to eliminate those fears. And if it's about knowing exactly what we'll do and how we'll do it, it all starts with having a values-driven business. Values. What are we in business to do? Why are we here? Every business should have a value statement, a vision statement. So this is why we do business. This is why this business exists. It exists to create a solution and deliver that solution to a problem that our customer has. So we're trying to make the world a better place. Optimally, that is the way you want to approach your business. So it starts with being values driven. Most business owners that we work with don't really understand that. They have some vague knowledge of it. But if you have your values nailed down, you know exactly what they are, and you can enunciate those, write those down, you can talk about those to your team. Now your team can buy into those values. Now they get excited about what's going on. And then once you know what your values are and what problem you're solving and how you're going to do that, you can create strategies to make that value proposition in your business come to life. So how are we going to make this happen? Building those strategies. if we want to deliver this solution to the problem in a certain way, how is this going to happen? And the third piece of that puzzle is having clear systems. Most businesses don't really know what to do. If they have a person in a particular position and that person gets sick, which many people are getting sick these days, all of a sudden your systems go out the door, because if it was Ed or Edna, they knew exactly how to do their job. And most other people kind of had an idea, but they didn't know specifically what was happening. So you want to have clear systems, documented systems of the best way of doing it. So you want to have values-driven strategies and clear systems that make those strategies a reality. As far as the want of income grows each and every quarter predictably, you need to know, especially in today's new economy, you have to become necessary. You have to become relevant, because people are being much more judicious with their spending now, and they are becoming much more suspect of a lot of institutions and businesses. So you need to become necessary. People need to see you not as a luxury, but as a necessity, and that you're totally relevant to their problem. Your solution is totally relevant to their problem. The second thing is need to become nimble and adaptable. So in these times of change, things are changing sometimes on a daily basis. Expectations from the government, expectations from our customers, expectations from vendors and supply lines. So you need to be nimble and adaptable. So you have to have that values driven, that, hey, we are nimble, we are flexible, and you have to have the strategies and structures to make sure that you can be adaptable if you need to, and take advantage of opportunities when they come up. And if you want to have predictable income, then you need to know what your measurements are, your metrics. So you need to have clear metrics and measurements about how you do everything, and how things are improving or how things are falling off, where profits are rising, what profit centers are more profitable than others, and how to make those things happen. That's how you get predictable in your income, is you become necessary and relevant, you become nimble and adaptable, and you have clear measurements that drive those systems. And as far as being stuck in your business, and if you want to be able to leave your business whenever you choose, and know that it's going to continue to grow, there's 3 areas we work on with clients. The first is to have a motivated team. If you have a values-driven business that has clear strategies and systems, then you can point to that to your new employees. You know exactly who you're looking for because they match your values. But when they come in, now you can tell them exactly what to do, exactly why we're doing it, and why we exist. So now you can get the people who are going to be enlisted in your mission to become an ally to make that happen. So now they're going to be much more motivated to do it, and they know how to do it, and they know why to do it, and they know when to do it because of your systems. This is part of the demotivation for so many people, so many employees. They don't know why they're there, they don't know what to do, and they don't know exactly how to do it. So they struggle. It's frustrating. The second thing you need to do in this area is to train and cross-train people. If you have good systems driven by good strategies that are value-based, then you can train everyone, but also you can cross-train people. So now when Ed leaves or gets sick, you can take Jill, and she comes in and she takes very little time, look at a couple documents, operations in the operations manual, and she knows exactly what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. It's very quick. Again, being adaptable and nimble. And you also need a structure that makes sense, that people understand where they're at in the structure, what they do in the structure, how they fit, and why they're important in the machine. But also the structure helps you get a handle on the systems, because the systems fit into the structure. And now it's like a clock. You have the clock, you have the gears, and all those things are moving together and driving each other. So this is how you go from having a mindset of fear, confusion, and negativity to certainty, confidence, and becoming the creator of your own destiny and your employees' and customers' destiny. So put those things together, work on your business, work in your business, play with your business, and let's get some nimble organizations. Let's get predictable income, and let's get you some freedom and enjoyment in your business again.